Hi, this is Grandma Laurie. Today's story is No Honey, Peter. If there was one thing Peter Bear loved, it was breakfast. Well, that and honey. If he could combine both loves, he was in heaven. Peter loved waffles too. He wasn't able to make waffles too often, but when he did, there was a huge pile of them. One day, while he was eating dinner, Peter decided waffles were a must the next morning. So he set out all the things he'd need for the morning and went to bed, where he dreamed of waffles covered in melted butter, syrup, and honey. The next morning, Peter got up early to make his waffles. He decided rather than making just a few large waffles, he would make bite-sized waffles. That way he'd have more. He was very pleased with the results. To make the waffles extra special, he first dusted them with powdered sugar, then butter. He poured a plate full of syrup on top, then reached for his honey jar, which was empty. How did this happen? Peter was sure he had enough honey the day before. He couldn't have gone through that much honey in one day. Peter found himself in a sticky situation. There was only one way to get more honey: borrow some from the bees in the tree above his house. Of course, he could not return the honey, but borrow sounded friendlier than take. Peter got himself ready and headed to the beehive. Once he was there, it didn't take him long to fill his jar. There was only one bee guarding the queen, his friend Kevin. Everyone else had gone out to gather pollen and nectar from the surrounding flowers. "Hey," said Kevin when Peter stuffed a big handful of honey into his mouth. "You're supposed to be filling your jar, not eating the goods." "It's just too tasty," Peter said, his voice and the rest of him sticky from the honey. Back home, Peter cleaned up from his sticky situation and went back to the kitchen. He had to throw away all the small waffles he'd made before because, well, cold waffles don't taste as good, and the butter doesn't melt. Peter made new waffles, this time larger than the ones he made earlier. When they were done, he looked at his efforts and thought, "Now this is breakfast." He slathered the waffles with butter, then syrup, and this time the fresh honey he got earlier. What a feast. This has been Grandma Laurie. I hope you enjoyed the story. I appreciate you being here. Thank you.